Now we know why Geto decided to destroy all non-sorcerers, or in other way, committing genocide. On the other hand, Gojo is going to do his best to protect the people he genuinely cares about and protect the weak. First, let's talk about the friendship they had, or in more accurate, their dynamic. Nothing can be said besides they were truly best friends, and they completed each other in terms of power, intelligence, vibe, jokes, and brain cells. Geto manages the destruction and chaotic side of Gojo, while Gojo handles the hard work that Geto can't do them alone, and use him as his own morality guide. But there are some problems and disagrees between the two of them. Gojo believes he shouldn't fight to protect the weak, but Geto believes the strong must protect the weak, complete the opposite of each other's beliefs. And that is the beauty of their dynamic. Even with their differences, they still share a strong bond. They are idiots, but strong idiots. And because of their similarities and differences, the dynamic between them are completely balanced. The manga managed to show this dynamic perfectly, but the anime managed to go beyond plus ultra about it, and not only show it in great detail why they are great together, they also went extra with the animation and voice acting, and most important of all, directing. The directing got way better than season 1 and volume 0 movie. A great example for the great directing in season 2 can be said about the scene where Rico got shot. We saw this scene in two different point of views. The first was from Geto's point of view, and the second was from the narrative point of view. Narrative point of view is where we see a moment in the story not from the eyes of the character or even the eyes of the viewers, such as ourselves, but we see it from the eyes of the narrator, someone who is telling us the story. In this case, the eyes of the mangaka and the directors. And the meaning behind this shot, it is different depending on the situations. The meaning behind of it is different. In this case, in Jujutsu Kaisen, we see that mangaka and the director are telling us that from this point forward, everything about the story is going to be changed, especially about Geto. And we saw it changed Geto, and because of it, the dynamic between Geto and Gojo faded away, and this damaged Geto more than losing to Toji and failing to protect Rico. Rico's death changed everything for both of them. Gojo trained for 1 year to become more stronger. We can see that Rico's death and almost dying changed Gojo completely, because he was very overconfident about his powers, and because of that he became selfish and did not go the extra mile to become more stronger. The same thing can be said about Geto. He was also overconfident about his powers and believed because Gojo was there is nothing that can defeat both of them, until they fought Toji, someone who couldn't even use the curse technique or even see the curses to begin with, managed to defeat both of them without dropping a single sweat. He used Gojo's overconfidence and Geto's trust in Gojo to defeat both of them. After that experience, Gojo moved on and became stronger, but Geto didn't move on, started to question everything he used to believe, to the point where he mentally break down. I'm not going to talk about how did Geto become the villain, but I will explain why he became the necessary evil for the sorcerers. When he broke down, he thought about many things, and because of those thoughts, he stuck between two paths, the path of the hero or the path of the villain. Another reason is he saw that his comrades are getting killed just to protect the people who are the reason for the existence of the curse to begin with. They are fighting and dying to protect the source of the problem. They treat the symptoms, not the cause. The next reason was the repeated cycle he got trapped in. He was stuck and tired of repeating the same thing over and over again. He wasn't certain about what to do until the idea of getting rid of all non-sorcerers got to his head. But there are problems with this idea. According to Yuki Tsukumo, if you want to force people by fear and death to learn how to control their curse energy, it causes a force evolution where people will adapt to curse energy to survive. While we're here, let me show you another 2 examples of great directing in this season. The first one is in the scene where Yuki was explaining to Geto why getting rid of all of the non-sorcerers wouldn't work. We see the light behind Geto's head, which represents Geto's light of hope, slowly fading away, and the sound of the rain replaces with the sound of the shower.
その果てのビジョンがあまりに曖昧で何が本音かわからない。
どちらも本音じゃないよ。まだその段階じゃない。非術師を見下す君、それを否定する君。
This represents that Geto is slowly becoming the villain. The second example can be said about the scene where Geto got a request from his village to getting rid of a curse. He managed to get rid of the curse, but people blame 2 little girls who could see the curses, who could use the curse technique, but they were innocent. And Geto said he destroyed the curse who causes the problem, and these girls are innocent, but people still blame those 2 girls who did nothing wrong. And by the way, these 2 girls are the same one we saw in volume 0. In this scene, we see 2 different shadows of Geto. One who swore to protect the weak, and other one who wants to destroy monkeys. And at the end of the scene, we only saw one shadow. Gojo couldn't kill Geto because he was his friend, and until the end he still know him as his friend. But little did he know, he already lost him after Riko's incident. While he was becoming stronger, his best friend was losing his soul and creating a new one, the one who is the new version of him, the real him. And Gojo couldn't do anything besides killing him in order to stop him. And before he do that, he said one last thing to his friend: "You are my best friend." In that moment, the Geto we used to know came back and left this world forever. But here's the real question: who is the Geto we saw in season 1? Well, that's not for now to explain because we will figure it out in Shibuya arc. But until the Shibuya arc starts, please do these 3 things. Number 1, make sure you're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more contents like this. And 2, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment your opinion about this video and tell me what do you think about Geto. And the Geto I'm saying, the Geto that we saw in season 2 and volume 0 movie, not in the season 1, because explaining him would be a spoiler. So yeah, tell me your thoughts and I'll see you in another video. Beetroot. Oh, and by the way, anime watchers, you are not ready for this. You are not ready for what is coming. Prepare 2 boxes of tissue paper for your own sake. Bye bye.